Right on cue. Right away from here we are. We're back for episode 59. 59 of Idiots on a Mic. I was thinking I need to get away from the welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and I think I'm going to start going with good evening, you fucking legends. What do you think of that?
Clever. You know, that's what I say every morning when I wake up. Look in the mirror. After good morning, you beautiful bastard.
There's this guy on TikTok that I follow for no other reason than like he's just the world's hype man. He'll literally just sit in his truck with Thunderstruck, the opening for Thunderstruck playing in the background, and he just goes, "Good morning, you fucking Spartan, you." And then he goes on this whole rant about how you're gonna have a good day and shit. And I'm kind of there for it. That's kind of the energy that I want to bring to the world. So I think I'm gonna switch it up a little bit, bring something a little more energetic, but we got a lot to talk about today. This is the first time. Yeah, Rick, listen, Rick was supposed to be on. Maybe he makes an appearance, maybe he doesn't. Turns out he's got a doctor's appointment. So DJ Sweat, aka Sexual Chocolate, aka Asexual Chocolate, aka DJ Sweat may or may not make an appearance today. We don't know. Slick Rick may not be here today. But in any case, we got a lot to talk about. Did you see that The Boys might have a like college spinoff to it? We'll talk about it. I'm not super thrilled about it, but maybe this is like maybe we're exploring a Blue Mountain State / superhero. If that's the mating that we're going for, I'm here for it. Probably not the case, but who knows?
Have you ever seen that movie Sky High? It was a Disney movie.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I think it would be, just rated R.
Yeah, a lot more fucking in this one. If I had to guess. More reports coming out between Neuralink and a excuse me, I don't want to get this. A Max Hodak, which was a co-founder of Neuralink, is saying that the world's fucked because the robots are going to inevitably take over. We suck at socialism. They're more organized than us. Also, more reports that you are going to love that there's a real chance that we're living in a simulation or will live in a simulation.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I have done everything to avoid those articles until now because this one kind of just really slapped me in the face as I was going through the internet. There is a video that came out of a drone, like a floating drone that was inside a tornado. So we'll be able to take a look at that. Before we explore a few cinematic things here, HBO, they released the trailer for the Game of Thrones prequel. It looks fantastic. Have you watched it yet?
No, absolutely not.
Well, you can watch it. You're just not going to have any volume. I will give the link for people who are interested in that. Also, there's a Russian film crew that's going to be sending some people to outer space so they can film a part of a movie for someone. And this is like a doctor who all of a sudden has to go to space and be at the space station and blah, blah, blah. So we'll talk about that. And then we're going to wrap it up with apparently it is possible for people to hear the Northern Lights. I think those people might be on the peyote, but there's some conversation that those lights are in fact making sound, which makes the jokes like, oh, I drank so much caffeine I could hear the color purple a little more realistic. When you
a little bit.
You okay there? What are we drinking today? You're still pounding the 16 ounces. You're fucking
Miller time, baby.
That's why we're changing it to good evening, you fucking legends, because you yourself deserve that entrance when we start this show.
Thank you.
I don't want to get aggressive and be like, "Good evening, you fucking idiots," because then there might be a lot of people that stop watching just altogether stop watching our show. We're not calling anybody an idiot on the show, but ourselves, because we are who we are. our good friend Steven over at Thunderpop reached out on Instagram. He liked one of our most recent posts, and he was like, "Hey, how do you get that effect to happen?" And I was like, "Oh, we use Canva." But by the way, let's link up again because we love what you're doing over there, Steve, and we're definitely interested in doing another little crossover. Maybe we bring Steve to our universe. You know what I mean?
That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting. It requires a very unique set of skills to handle this show.
Oh, okay, we're not Liam Neeson. Okay, we don't have a unique set of skills that are dangerous for people like you or anything like that. Dangerous if you listen to anything that we actually say and take it for granted or take it with the full-fledged truth. But I don't know. One last thing we're going to talk about today.
I mean, no way we're getting all these topics.
as football is in full swing, is Urban Meyer in some hot water right now? Have you seen?
It's about time for Urban's chest pains. Oh, gotta leave for health. And then take the job at USC.
And I think that's what he's flirting with. So let's kick off with that, shall we? Urban Meyer had a little something to do over at a bar. Oh my God, Urban, who is that? That's not your wife. Oh, that's USC, baby. Oh, she looked good, doesn't she?
Oh, Urban, dude.
So this whole thing is bizarre, and I didn't think anything of it. Saw it kind of trending on the internet a little bit, and so the Thursday night game, after Thursday night, they lose to yours truly.
You're damn right.
And he takes a separate plane than the team to go straight to Columbus or Cleveland, Cincinnati, wherever his little whiskey bar deal is. And this is the photo that is snapped of him at the bar. He cancels Monday's meeting. I mean, it is a fucking wreck down there in Jacksonville. And this man is who everybody's looking at. This is it.
Is it going to come out to where he's the new Tiger Woods of NFL head coaches?
Oh, no.
Like, think about it. What's he doing with his right hand? I'm so curious.
Picking her up like a bowling ball, dude. Is he the new Robert Kraft? Is he the Robert Kraft of what college football was, turning into a professional in the NFL?
What's the context of this? Was she like just backing up, or was?
I guess I think there was like videos or something, like this girl was actually like dancing on him.
Oh. Here's the question though: why is it such a big deal for the franchise itself? Because the owner came out and was like, "What, to regain his trust?" And like, why is it a big deal? Is it because he's married, or?
Well, obviously because he's married, but also he took a separate plane from the team to go straight to this place where they could have had meetings, they could have been reviewing film, and then to cancel Monday's team meeting. Cancel Monday's meeting.
Oh, Urban's over there like, you know what? All right, we're 0-4. What the fuck you want from me?
If I can't win off the field, I'll be damned if I don't win. Or if I can't win on the field, I'll be damned if I don't win off the field. Like, okay, Urban, like easy.
There was already rumbles about him not doing, like the players not like buying into what he's doing and stuff.
They're laughing him out of rooms, dude.
They need to get him out of there because if you keep him there too long, you're going to ruin Trevor Lawrence, and I think he's got the potential to be really good.
I think so too, and I think he's. And this is, you say this with every white quarterback. He is sneaky fast. That dude can scoot. Like granted, his strides are like 6 yards long, so obviously he's going to cover some ground, but he can move. He really can.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. You know who can move? Your boy Jay Fields out there.
Yeah, hell, you
Jay
know, but
Fields.
name the starter, baby.
What he ran a 4.4. It was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, he's no Lamar Jackson, because Lamar Jackson wouldn't have got sacked 9 times against Cleveland, but Lamar Jackson also has a better offensive line in front of him. That's neither here nor there. Let's talk. Don't. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about something else, man, please.
What we got? Well, we get into the space-time stuff. Let's do that.
You want to get right into it?
No, we'll save that for the end, towards the end. Well,
okay. What we're going to talk about next is we're going to discuss. Actually, this is what we're going to discuss. What are the odds we're living in a computer simulation, Rod? What do you think the odds are?
I'd say 20%, 25%. Like, well, I have some other theories out there too, but it's just so I have to battle them out.
Here's what we're talking about. There's 2 reasons they're saying that this theory is plausible. Okay, The conscious can be simulated in a computer. So, if self-awareness can arise from just a lump of neurons, it could probably happen in silicon too, or silicon, excuse me. And then the future, hey, she's going to have some computing power. We know that. The advances in technology state that we are on the up and up. Next thing you know, this thing is going to have 3 terabytes of data it's able to store inside of here, which I'm not entirely sure what the scope of how much quote unquote data we can store as human beings. But I guarantee a computer is going to eventually vastly surpass that. And that's what they're saying. We're going to be living in simulations. I just don't understand. So, I get that that's possible. And then virtual reality, obviously virtual reality is going to be one thing that's going to play a huge factor. It's almost like for those who watched Game of Thrones, where they talk about Bran and he's able to send his mind into animals, right? Mm-hmm. And then eventually they're telling him, hey, you can't do that for too long, because you're not going to know, you're going to forget all of us and you're going to solely live in that body, and that's going to be your life. Is that why you're hesitant to get virtual reality? Is that something you want to get in the future? The Oculus looks like a lot of fun. Obviously, the graphics aren't where they could be in comparison to the PlayStations, the Xboxes, and things like that. However, it seems like the movements are really, and we've talked about combat simulators anymore too. They have those treadmills that you can stop, turn on a dime. You can run in all directions. You're kind of suspended on this. It's almost like a little bouncy thing for a child, a toddler or an infant. However, you've got a fucking simulated M16 in your hand and you're fucking running through the trenches and shit. We don't really do trench warfare anymore, but you get what I'm saying. And then you're just this whole ordeal. It is scary to think.
First of all, I don't want people to think that the combat simulation, the military doesn't really use those unless you're spec ops. I'm sure they might, but your everyday military person has no access to those, because if so, we'd never actually get to use them for actual simulation.
You guys would be doing it for slapdick stuff.
Yeah, of course. But I think eventually it's going to come to a point to where either we're living in a simulation already, or instead of funerals and burying the dead, we just eliminate the body, download the mind on a drive, and put you in a cloud with everyone else. And you're just either that's heaven, or it's just a rerun of some random simulation.
Ooh. What if right before someone dies, we what? We'll talk about that here in a minute. Since you finally fucking watched it, like I told you to.
Not the last one.
No spoilers.
With Doctor Strange.
No spoilers on the last one. What if right before you die, your conscious is plucked, it's put on a hard drive, and you're placed in a robot body, and you get to live on forever. That robot body transfers to a new robot body, transfers to a new robot body, so on and so forth. And that consciousness just lives on, man. Is that something you would want to do?
No, dude.
It's fine because we're poor fucks anyways. We can't afford shit like that.
No. And we've talked about it before too. They're starting to have the ability to turn back aging on a biological level. And the moment they're able to do that, they're gonna be like, all right, here's 30 more years of life, but you're gonna be paying monthly payments until you're dead, essentially.
Yeah, so you're not even going to be able to enjoy those extra years because you're just going to work longer. That's all.
Yep.
That's all you're doing is you're just prolonging working. But
the American dream,
isn't it though? I like to get my hands dirty. I like to work every day. Vacation, no, thank you. I'm from Chicago. I agree. It's not something I would want to do. The only reason I would want to do it, at least for like a certain period, like I would want to do it until like the first robot body deteriorated. And I just want to see like if there's advancements in technology that are being promised, I just want to live long enough to see those advancements. You know what I mean? I want to see which granted, those mammoths that we talked about that are going to get recreated, that's within like 5. Hey, you got the reference. Sethy got the reference.
Sethy the snake.
Sethy the snake. We should have had you on this week, honestly. We'll make that happen again soon. But we are, in fact, Stooges. Thank you very much. So, I like this whole mammoth thing. Like those supposedly those are only like 5 or 6 years away from being recreated. If there's something like that, like if they're like, oh, I'm on my deathbed on the news, and reports are coming in that scientists will be recreating T-Rexes here within the next such and such years. I want to stick around for that because if this show is still running, you guarantee my robot fucking body will be like, and we're gonna run ourselves into another Jurassic Park situation.
So I kind of went off path here. Just a little bit.
I saw you. I saw you mentally check out of this conversation to have a thought to check back in once you realized I was done talking.
So we all know that the government usually has technology about 10 to 20 years before it comes public, right? The only reason we actually get it is usually blah blah blah, like declassification.
Are mammoths already fighting in the?
Better yet, I ask you this. I believe we have the technology to clone people exactly the way they are. Like I 100% believe we have the ability to do that. We just don't because it's not publicly acceptable. But what if the government for years has been people who see shit they shouldn't? Government just kills them off, replaces them with a clone with all their memories and everything. And we already have the capability to do that.
So you're saying, hey, this guy saw some shit. Let's go ahead and fucking Men in Black his ass.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
You forgot that. Then we take your consciousness.
Yep.
Fucking see you later, pal. And we put that in the exact copy of you. We send you back out into the streets. Hey, there's only a handful of these T-shirts out in the world. Good luck, government, finding this thing. And you better fucking pay for it. That's all I'm saying. Coming to a city near you. The aliens are robots. Take your fucking pick. That's going to be our next T-shirt, by the way. Aliens versus robots. Take your fucking pick.
I'd watch that. Put that on pay-per-view.
Well, there was Cowboys versus Aliens was a movie. You remember that?
Yeah, I watched the first 5 minutes. I'm like, God, this is dumb.
I pick Seth. I pick Aliens too. I don't know. Do you think they'd be blasting at us and laughing at us and? Thanks, little Dickie. I don't know. Let's move past it. Let's go into the next thing. Not a whole lot better for us because this man here is telling us that humans are going to get wrecked by the robots. So either we're going to get replaced by them or we're going to get wrecked by them. Take your pick. I choose getting replaced by them.
Or do you think it'll be like a real steel type moment, huh?
Ooh.
All right, here's the problem with your thing here, Seth. We have aliens, but I mean, are we talking top of the line aliens? Are we talking top line? Are we talking like Ultron versus some sort of like, bullshit alien? Because
here,
take them out.
Here we go. Let's talk about this then. What about alien robots?
I picked them.
Seth, always foolproof. Your logic. You've been a Browns fan your whole fucking life, but this right here is where you cannot possibly be wrong. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about if they have such advanced technology. Do aliens already have robots like this?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Then we're fucked. Because no matter how advanced our robots are, they have robots that are probably 10 times more advanced.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Alien robots over Ultron. Yeah.
Not equals Ultron. I mean, kind of, yeah. No.
Anyways,
yeah, I don't know.
This guy's basically just saying, like, hey, at the end of the day, humans don't truly know how to socialize, and we're fucking boned. The robots can have one hive mind. They can all be controlled by one remote access kind of deal. So they're all on the same page. There's no fighting amongst them. Bada bing, bada boom. The perfect storm, the recipe for human demolition is what we're saying. So,
I mean, it makes sense. Think about what we're doing what Tesla's doing with their cars, right? All their cars, if one car rolls through a
running
highway,
people over. That's what
running. Okay, all right. Outside of that, but like one car hits a pothole, it signals to other cars, hey, there's a pothole there, and they maneuver around it. How long? Like that's something we should probably actively avoid putting in robots.
Where it's like, my owner called me a piece of shit today. And then this other car is like, oh, I am also disappointed with my owner. And then somehow, some way, those two cars meet each other in fucking oncoming traffic and get rid of the problem. They go to a body shop, they get fixed up, or their little consciousness gets put into another vehicle, and then they just keep going. Whereas, bye-bye those two assholes that decided to piss off the robots.
It'd be like an iRobot thing, man. I'm telling you. The ship comes down, trade out your old ones for new ones.
Here we go. Speaking of Ultron, what if? What if, huh?
Oh, beautiful. It's beautiful. It's another masterpiece by Disney, I think.
For anybody who's not fully caught up on the series, we're not going to talk about the last episode.
It dropped today. Don't want to hear about it.
However, we will talk about the previous 8 episodes. So if you haven't seen them yet, there are going to be some spoilers coming your way.
I thought this was going to be a crapshoot starting out. Like I thought the What If series would be something cute. Like, okay, yeah, the first couple. I mean, the first one's what? What if Carter?
What if Peggy Carter becomes
Peggy Carter instead of Steve was Captain America? And like I thought all of them were going to be self-contained and everything like that. Until you get to the final 3 episodes of this first season, and you're starting to realize this is connected. This shit's real. Like, ooh.
I thought the same thing, and I was like, you're gonna make an entire season. You're telling me you're gonna make an entire season of just straight one-offs
and multiple seasons?
This is not the Marvel way. Everything's connected. Where's the fucking catch? And then sure enough, you hit that Thor episode. The very end of the Thor episode, you see Ultron with the Infinity Stones.
And you're like, what's he doing there? Huh? Curious.
And I was like, there's no way they ignore this one. There's no way. Sure enough, episode after that, boom. It's Black Widow. It's Hawkeye. They're in this dystopian future where Ultron ultimately wins. When you're talking about the Age of Ultron and what took place there, where he basically drops that entire city and it just mass casualties and everything, and then he just continues his reign, finds the Infinity Stones, which the one thing I did splits Thanos right in fucking half. He just right in fuck.
So
Bullshit.
Vision had this power the whole time? Are you fucking telling me that?
And you're telling me that the guy that they were most concerned about, like having Thanos come into contact with, was Vision, and this whole time he could have just split him in half with the Mind Stone.
Yeah.
That I did not like.
Yeah.
Did not like that.
The only way I could see it happening is if he did that, because he did do it really quick. So maybe just before Thanos could even get anything off, you know what I mean?
Like he just calculated that Thanos was going to be there as soon as that portal opened.
Yeah, see, and that's what I was thinking. He went for the head, the belly button, the whole 9 yards. That's what he went for.
He took that purple nut sack of his and he just split it right in half.
And the one between his legs, right?
But yeah, the one on his chin and the one between his legs. That's right. Have you seen on TikTok? This video has been going around, and for whatever reason, it's like he went for the head. Yeah, it's like a bunch of these random women are like, have you ever wondered why there's the seam on the like a guy's nutsack and everything like that? And I that's the one I sent to you. I'm pretty sure because I said,
I haven't watched it yet.
Go look at it because this is you to a T. It's like, hey, have you ever wondered why there's that seam in the guy's nutsack? And it literally cuts right to this guy. And he's like, no, I've never thought that. But, and then he goes on some random arbitrary fact.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And that seems to be like what all of the videos are. And this is the mind that I have to work with on a regular basis when we do this show. It's so hard. You just got to kind of, you got to reel it in every now and then.
I've seen the girls like, what gets wet as it dries? And the guy pans over to the guy real quick. He's like, a towel. But anyway, so I was thinking.
Fucking joke. Like, anyway,
all right.
So, yeah, I don't know. I had my reservations about TikTok. There's some good shit on TikTok. There really is. Now you got to weed through a lot of dumb shit first, but there is some gold. Eventually, once I get past this, hey, by the way, 33 days until I put a big fucking ring on this slim, slender fucking finger, and I get to call the woman of my dreams my wife, and she gets to call the man that she tolerates her husband. But I've like saved ones. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna send these to her in the morning of our wedding, and sure enough, one of them is that guy where he's like, I'm not going to do it justice. I'm not going to do this impression justice because you're just going to have to see one of these. But he does one of these. He's like, good morning, you bad, beautiful bitch, you. And I'm going to send her that. She's going to hate me for it. But, that's what love is all about. It's about sometimes she's got to put up with my shit. And sometimes she doesn't.
That's when you get the lashings.
Yeah. But anyways, TikTok is a lovely, wonderful place. After the wedding, maybe the idiots get more involved in that. And we figure that out and start to understand it a little bit. I know you ain't doing shit, so don't even side.
TikToks and Bloom Tower Defense have been our go-tos for like the past month.
Oh no. Are lashings what happened in the Mr. and Mrs. Cuthbert household?
That's right. Beat my last name right out of me.
By the way, it's been a while since we've had an update on the dynamic of the two cats. Are they still killing each other? Have they become friends? Is this a robot situation where they have now actually ganged up and they will be taking over your household?
Well, Matthew, let's take a look. You have one cat taking a nap on the couch. The other one is up to no good, so probably knocking shit off the shelves. Things are going great. The wife ain't here, so got to pull double duty.
Oh no! Do you guys pick which one you watch for the day? And it's just like you're like, you got to watch Luna. Fuck.
The big one's always sleeping somewhere, and Luna is always. The big one doesn't get up on the counters. The little one gets up on the counters and will knock shit off when she's bored. So she's like, hey, you really like this cup? Huh, shouldn't have left it on the counter.
Weird.
Yeah, that's essentially
I'll
peace
make
of my
my
world.
yeah. All right, let's transition into this. Years ago, I mean, we're talking, God, probably like 10 years ago at this point. Close to
10?
a TV series
Oh, I was 17.
began to take the world by storm. Okay, a TV series about damn pussies. A TV series about dragons and sword fights and double crosses and triple crosses, and not the kind of sword fights that you have to have a subscription for on the internet, things like that.
Well, they also have those, right?
We're talking, yeah, they kind of, I mean, yeah, a little bit, yeah.
South Park said it best.
Floppy wiener,
Floppy wiener.
GOT, that's what we're talking about, baby. They just released, maybe a couple days ago now, the trailer for the new series that's going to be coming out. Gods, Kings, Fire, Blood. This is what we're talking about here.
What's the premise of it?
So this is following the Targaryens and how they came to power. And they set it up beautifully. I mean, there's hardly anything involved in this trailer. They show a couple sword fights. They show, like a quick glimpse of a dragon and everything like this. You see all the blondes walking around, blah, blah, blah. However, there you go. Oh, you see, it's going to be blood and mayhem, and it's going to be more of what we wanted from Game of Thrones. But this is why I wanted to talk to you about it. It's a prequel. We know your take on prequels.
They're dumb.
You think this is going to be dumb? You think House of the Dragon is going to be dumb?
I can't. I'm going to watch it eventually. But here's the thing that really... Game of Thrones itself took so long to get into. You have to make it to damn near the end of the first season in order to be hooked. Like, it was just one of those things. Because the way they tell the story, the way they actually like really flesh out every character and everything. I'm excited for it. I'm probably going to watch it. I'm probably not going to watch it as soon as it comes out. It'll take me some time, but.
Au contraire, mon frere, because this is going to be just like we had at the old apartment. I'm going to be showing up with the fucking King of the North beers and the fucking Mother of Dragon beers for the ladies. And we're going to be sipping these things, sucking these things down while we're watching just the first dragon, the first known dragons, just spitting fire, laying waste to the land, watching fucking Dragonstone or whatever castle it was being built by Dragonfire. The throne. They build the throne, man. This is the building of the throne. This is the very thing.
Is this?
That was no. This is the very thing that was the epicenter of Game of Thrones. And you're telling me you're not going to watch it when it comes out?
It depends. Is this the same time as the Age of Heroes, or was the Age of Heroes before this?
Age of Heroes was before this.
Okay, so I could definitely see them in the next franchise doing even further back. But here's the thing. They have to start hot on these first two episodes because it's been a minute since Game of Thrones last aired, right? So you got to start hot, get great reviews on these first two episodes if you're going to do anything. If you give us a season finale, or if you give us the last season as the start of this, you're boned. It ain't going to take off.
And that's just it. This is I'm invested in this simply for the redemption.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, George R.R. Martin, don't act like you didn't have your hand in that eighth season. We know you have it. I mean, perfectly played by George R.R. Martin. He was basically in the writer's room. And he's like, this is the direction we're going to take and all this stuff. And then the Weiss brothers, or whatever their names are, that were involved in the directing and everything. They're like, okay, that's good. That's great. Let's run with this. And then it bombed. And George R. R. Martin was like, "Hey, I wouldn't have fucking done it like that."
All done. All done.
You see these hands? These hands are clean. He came out publicly and was like, "Yeah, the books are not going to end that way." And I just imagine HBO was like, "What the fuck? What the actual fuck?"
You think maybe he like did that? Might have like did that a little subconsciously, like these bomb people are going to want a better ending, so they're going to read my books.
Ooh. He might be rolling in it now. That book's still not done, I don't think, though.
Probably not.
I don't know. I don't fucking read, dude. I've had this Robin Williams biography for like over a year now.
Audiobooks.
Kid, thank you for chiming in. George did take the easy way out. He is a bastard. And guess what? I'm still gonna watch his shit.
Yeah, write more books.
Robert's Rebellion, 1 to 3 season series. I like that. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about how the Stark brothers got killed, how the Greyjoys got slaughtered, like everything up to Robert Baratheon taking the throne. I like that. I could see that being. But here's the thing: is it's like if that's the case, this was just poorly thought out by HBO and George R. R. Martin, because everything from this point on is going to be a prequel.
Yeah.
Unless they're like, oh, let's talk about how Bran is the fucking king and all this shit now. Like, truthfully, I don't want that. Give me a series where Bran, for whatever reasons, goes corrupt. Give me Jon fucking Snow, aka Aegon Targaryen, once again.
Absolutely.
Has to save the fucking world. Send him back. Hey, Bronn, just fucking gouge.
He's just riding in on this fucking ice dragon he found up north to just storm in the
and mush like that's gonna do anything.
Yeah.
But yes, all of these, there's so many stories that they have barely touched on that George R. R. Martin, to the day that he dies, will be writing books about each and every one of these. Or he's going to upload his conscious to a robot that will continue to write all of these stories. But, man, we got comments flowing in today.
That's right. People are interested. Talk about Game of Thrones, dude. People love it.
He didn't finish the books. Yes, Kit, yeah. Absolutely. I would have rather had a third year off from Game of Thrones for them to write this story the way it should have been written. Now, here's the thing. Now, I will say this. Arya killing the Night King was fucking awesome. I did not expect that. I thought for sure when he grabbed her and like caught her in midair, she was as dead as it gets. I was like, bye-bye, sayonara, see you later. I thought the Night Army was just going to sweep through fucking Winterfell and all this stuff. Didn't happen that way. I'm grateful for that. But the fact that Bran was all of a sudden became king, Jon just goes back to the Night's Watch. Like, why bother making him Aegon Targaryen if his story is fucking meaningless? I don't get it, but I don't know. Let's rip through these comments. Just need to flesh out some of the backstory. Absolutely. The premise for all of these miniseries are there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of expanding on them. Yes, Arya. I think Arya ended up having one of the best plot lines in the entire series. Jon did right up until the end, but Arya still has a very viable plot line. There's so much to her story yet that they could run on and on and on with that. Because guess what? It doesn't stop here, right? There's always going to be some other corrupt leader. There's always going to be some other tyrant who wants to take over the throne.
They have 20 to 30 years worth of material here if they just run with it. Like, easily. Like, without even having to think, you have it.
It just boils down to, are they going to fuck it up? Are they going to fuck it up? Are they going to follow George R. R. Martin's lead? Or are they just going to wait for books to come out at this point? There's.
I think this one's.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I said this. I think this one's so important for them to get right, because if they don't get this right, nobody's going to watch any more of the future spinoffs. But if they get this one right and they nail it, and the third one sucks, people are still going to come back for the fourth one. But that follow up is so important to hit, because if you just suck, they're like, okay, so you can't do anything without the books. See it. Or
I thought the world was going to catch fire when season 8 ended the way it did, because it gained such a following. It gained such a following because it was like there was twists and turns, and there's dragons, and there's mystery, and there's all of this shit. And they took all this, they packed it into one show. A lot of these characters are still alive, and that was the other beauty of it, is all of these characters, like Ned Stark. I was so invested in Ned Stark being a fucking man. Look at he's noble. He's gonna rule this world. He's gonna be the guy. He needs to be the guy. Season 1, end of season 1. It just ends with them taking his big bucket, just lopping his head right off, clean off his body, and then you're like, oh, holy fuck! Like, this just sets the tone for the entire series. Papa Steele's been rewatching it. I'm watching the episodes with him. Joffrey just died in the episode that they just watched.
Dude, that's huge.
I weirdly felt relieved as a human being in a show that I know has zero impact on my life. This isn't true. This never happened. All this shit. Joffrey died, and I'm like, I will sleep easier tonight. I will sleep easier tonight, knowing that piece of shit got spoilers. If you haven't
no. We're past that. We talked about what if spoilers that came out last month. We're good.
It gets poisoned, and then it just unravels this whole.
Dude, I used to make the long drive from Georgia to Ohio back and forth, and I'd listen to audiobooks. So I'd listen to all the Game of Thrones books. I heard about Joffrey dying in the books before I actually watched it.
Whoa.
And so I'm like, okay. So when the scene came up, I was like, I already know what's going to happen here. But just hearing it too, I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude.
To Seth's credit, this is a fantastic point with Seth as well. It's like the entire rebellion of Robert Baratheon is based on this whole Rhaegar Targaryen and like the Mad King and all this stuff, and then Lyanna Stark and Rhaegar Targaryen, they go off, they have a child, that becomes Jon. The entirety of the show, on the back end at least, is based on this fact that we know this. Which, by the way, Jon fucking his aunt, a little not my favorite thing in the world. George R.R. Martin, listen, as beautiful as his brain is, it's fucking twisted too. There's a lot of incest. There's a lot of just fucking. Dude,
with the time period it's set in, I'm like, okay, I'm sure brother and sister probably weren't off the menu back then. You know what I mean?
I don't like the way you phrase that, but I get what you're saying.
You get it?
But yeah, and then it's this whole mystery love child thing, and then Jon Snow.
Dude, I wanted so much more. Like, I wanted so much more out of that last season with that.
And maybe we see that, like, depending on how long this series spans, maybe we see that love between Lyanna and Rhaegar Targaryen right before the fall of, right before Baratheon's rebellion. Maybe we see that.
Yeah,
we see it.
Oh,
we
absolutely.
see it almost right up to where Game of Thrones started.
Oh, so is this So it's the rise of the Targaryens. Is it the end of the Targaryen reign as well?
I don't know. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping that this series spans to. If so, this really pieces a lot of things together leading up to it. And that actually, like, putting that together, that makes me very excited for this series going forward.
When's it supposed to come out?
Next year sometime.
Oh, that's not too bad. I was thinking this was like the
Yeah.
first one. Then they were like, fucking whenever.
Yeah. We'll feel it out. We'll let you guys know. We'll have our people call your people. All right, let's move on. Keeping it film related, we're going to talk about how Russia. This is and I want to talk about this more because we don't really have a space race anymore, but now we have to talk about how right here the impromptu mission will also put Russia ahead of the U.S. when it comes to each country's goals to shoot a film in orbit. So Russia is sending a film crew to the International Space Station so they can have a feature-length film for a woman who is a doctor. Oh, hey, doctor, we need you. You're the best doctor on this planet. We need to send you to the space station because of this thing going on. Probably going to be some symbiote amoeba-like thing that's going to kill people on the space station, whatever it ends up being, blah, blah, blah. But they're basically like, in this article, they're like, oh, yeah, her inexperience in space is going to be real. Like, she's going to have to figure out how to float around. And I don't know if they just intend to shoot like 24 hours a day and just hope that they get something good out of it. But the fact that they're like, we're going to kind of let her struggle a little bit while she's up there. And this is all going to be for the betterment of our movie. But fuck her and the experiences she's going through. Have fun drinking Tang and eating frozen meals, you fuck.
Here's my thing with this. They're acting like it's a big deal, but as far as movie purposes are going, yeah, I get it. Yeah, you're going to have a more authentic like shot of her actually struggling with the gravity. That'll be kind of cool and everything. But how much is this costing versus just adding the special effect? Well, that looks great and has worked for us forever.
Hey, here's the thing. Russia's sending a film crew to the space station, but it's Elon's rocket. I don't know if that's true. No. But by the way, did you see that they had a barge out in the middle of the ocean, and they successfully landed a rocket back onto this barge multiple times.
That's been on a while, bud.
Yeah, this is a regular occurrence. It popped up again on Twitter. Listen, I'm not up with the Twitters and everything.
Me neither.
Did I not mention that I'm planning a wedding that will be taking place in like 30 days? I agree. I think it's dumb. I'm surprised Tom Cruise hasn't gone into space to film a movie yet.
Yeah.
That seems to be a Tom Cruise thing. I think that's happening soon. I think that was actually the plan. A Tom Cruise movie was supposed to take place.
Mission Impossible 42.
We need to upload a link to this satellite, and we need to go directly to the source. We need to go
Yep. Okay. He plugs in a USB. That's it. Cool.
But the impossible part of the mission is getting there. Okay.
No rockets. He's got to figure out how to jump that high. He'll figure it out.
Tom Cruise got
a big ass slingshot.
If anybody, because that won't rip his body to shreds.
But yeah, what they're doing with those rockets and landing them is awesome because those are the rockets that are used. They fall off the ship once it gets so high, right? So they reland these things, and apparently it cuts down like millions and millions of dollars if you're able to reuse those rockets because you don't have to rebuild them. Yeah, it's the first time we've actually ever been able to do it, so it's kind of cool. But
and they're not even manned; like they're doing this remotely.
Yeah,
that's fucking wild. And it's like the longest, skinniest looking. I'm like, this thing's gonna topple right over. No fucking way you land this thing. And I'm watching the video, and sure enough, they set that thing right.
Have you watched the documentary about Elon Musk's SpaceX stuff?
The only documentaries I watch are about animals in the fuck. You remember when we were watching the
Yeah, I get it.
The BBC documentary, Animal Nightlife, and it's like now I can't watch them because I got a dog that barks at everything on the television.
Bastard.
And yeah, little fucker. But actually, it's the big fucker that does that. But no, I need to get into the documentary game again. Oh, here we go. Perry, Perry, confirm or deny that you're trying to make an Austin Powers reference? Because there is an Austin Powers, and I know everybody's seen it. The rocket looks like a penis, and then there's like just a montage of like cut together clips where it's like, dang, that thing looks like a big, and then it cuts to Woody Harrelson, is that you? And then it just goes on and on. There's like a 5-minute montage of videos like that. I think that's what we're going for here, and I don't think we're too far off. You put a couple landing sacks on that thing, and you got yourself a rocket, my friend.
Just don't put landing sacks on it.
What if it accidentally lands in the water? It's got to be able to float. You know what I'm saying? Just a couple of these would just keep her upright. I'm just saying. Consider it a possibility. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Consider it a possibility.
Send NASA an email. They'll take care of it. SpaceX an email.
Dear, there probably is an email for SpaceX. Do you think there is?
Oh yeah, it's just Elon Musk's Twitter.
What do you? Hey, you just don't even know context. Hey, I'm interested, and then you just in the next. You don't even give him the email address. You don't give him a phone number or anything. The very next day, you're getting emails about an application. You're getting phone calls from a SpaceX recruiter. A SpaceX recruiter? What do you think that's like? What do you think that's like? Dude, honestly, I don't know what the fuck we do. I want to go back and watch the series with Steve Carell on Netflix. That was like space. Oh, shit. What was the name of it?
I don't know, but I want to watch it.
It was a Netflix. I don't know if it even got a second season, honestly. But there is a series. By the way, shout out to IMDb for all of their things. The way we get our movie trivia, the way we do it is
Dude,
just
I love IMDb.
IMDb is a gold mine. If you ever just spend 10 minutes, Space Force, thank you, Perry. Well, why IMDb when we got Perry?
That's right.
That just fell. Don't worry about it. But yes, Space Force. It was, and you'll have to watch it. I got a couple episodes in. I was like, this is kind of hokey. It did make me laugh, and I want to watch more, but I just never got around to it. Maybe flight back. By the way, I got upgraded to first class on both my flights here.
Oh, damn, girl.
What a dream that is. First class. I do have a gripe about first class, though, because as I'm getting off the plane, I like to fold that divider, that armrest up so that it's easier for me to get out. You don't have that capability with first class, but I'm not complaining because I got this big fucking chair.
Yeah, you're up here with your first world problems. We're living in third world hell back there. And
you guys good back there? You need...
Yeah,
they're sending the trough your way. You guys will be eating soon.
Don't worry. We'll get off the plane when all these other 105 people get their damn carry-on luggage that should have been checked out of the top anyway.
Should we talk about that? I fucking hate that.
Yeah, I hate it too.
I absolutely hate it. Traveling. I can't wait for teleportation. Let's just say that.
Oh, dude, I teleport shit out of some places, dude. Just gone.
Imagine, yeah, it's gonna be good.
Your work day would be roughly an hour less.
It would be more than an hour less if I had. Imagine instant teleportation.
Yeah.
Okay. Boom. Point A. Point B. Here we are. I mean, from Columbus to Minneapolis. Took me 4 hours because I have to have a layover because there's no direct flight.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just talking about the drive in and the drive out, just to the office. Half hour there, half hour right. It's an hour less time.
You're
half hour for lunch. Boom. That half hour is immediately at home. Yep. 15-minute breaks, gone.
Are you taking your lunches at home when teleportation's real?
Oh, absolutely.
I think you have to. I think, what does that do for the takeout industry, though? Does that cut it way down? Or
they'll still be
picture this.
They'll find a way to tax each teleportation, I'm sure.
Yeah. Picture this, okay? I forgot to take something out for dinner. What should I do? You can go to your microwave. Your microwave is a smart LED screen now. Let's just imagine that doesn't seem too far off from what's going to take place here soon. You do a little DoorDash kind of deal. There's a kitchen somewhere. Say you're ordering from fucking Condado. Okay? You're ordering from Condado. Teleport to, that's my man right here. All right. Say you're ordering Katz's Deli in New York and you're in Columbus, Ohio. You beep, 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 beep. You put that up on your fucking microwave, right? Which doubles as a teleportation device. So what happens? You say, here we go. This is what I want. I'm ordering this. You basically DoorDash it. How long is that going to take? Oh, that's going to take 10 minutes. It's going to take them 5 minutes to prep it. Whatever, maybe 10 minutes to prep it. They put it in this little slot. They shut that door. It beams directly to you. So now, maybe this expands. Maybe this actually expands those businesses. Because anywhere you are in the world, you can get it teleported to you from any location in the world. There's a place, I think
about how much these small businesses will make bank.
I have talked about this place before. I believe. I don't know if I've talked about it on air here. Nacho Daddy. There's a place called Nacho Daddy in Las Vegas. They have other locations. The one I've been to is in Las Vegas. And it's every entree they have is a form of nachos, okay? I got the Sloppy Jose. So it's like Sloppy Joe's. Like,
you would get the Sloppy Jose.
Kind of. It's like Sloppy Joe's, but it kind of had a Mexican spin on it, right? The best nachos. I can't. We're moving right past. Some
Perry gets it.
Sticking his dong in the fucking.
Maybe we're on the wrong website for this.
Okay. In any case, they make really good nachos. We're gonna bypass that. They make really good nachos. Okay, that's all I'm saying. And you can get those instantly teleported to you from Vegas.
Beautiful,
hot, steaming, coming out of your microwave, still hot and steaming, and you get to eat those in the comfort of your own home. That's the technology. If that technology is not alive or not around by the time I'm about to die, that's the time I would want my conscious. Well, because then I couldn't enjoy it. I'm in a robot. You don't even like.
No, unless they put taste receptors. No, the only way I'd want to be transferred to a robot anyway would be if it was a synthetic life form to where I could actually feel like essentially another body. They give you
this piston for a dong. That's the only way I want to be alive. That's the only reason. Can't even feel it. Just the satisfaction of knowing. Perry, I don't need. Listen, we're gonna wrap it up there for today. I think I've said enough on the subject.
I love the people who watch our show. I just want to point that out. Absolutely love you guys.
I do too. The regulars, and listen, I plan to be working on new merch for the upcoming days. It's not guaranteed yet. We are working on a mid-December marathon episode. I have to check with my boss to ensure that that's okay. We have to reach out to all of our potential guests. That's the word.
Co-stars.
I like that better. Co-stars.
Yeah, right.
They're all stars in their own right.
That's right. We're all stars, you know.
We need to verify with all of our co-stars that date is going to work, and then we will put out a notification. Mm-hmm. Listen, all of our merchandise is still ongoing, where we were running like promotions and things like that with Bonfire. Now they're continuously active, so you can buy those shirts at any given time, and it's not like we have to wait for a batch to close out. They'll start making it as soon as that order is put in. So we're cutting those times down by a lot. Bonfire has taken strides to perfect the craft that they're doing. And then that way it makes it easier for us to get you guys merchandise for shirts like this, which, by the way, highly underrated shirt. Coming to
You know, I really do like that shirt, actually. Yeah.
Coming to a city near you. We've got our fundraiser shirt. Graham, we do need to get you your free sweatshirt. We do.
Oh, that's true. That's like a year overdue. We got to figure that one out.
We're at a point in our quote unquote podcast career to where I'm seeing memories on Facebook of us like first starting. Like today, to this time last year, we had Mandy on. That was episode 13.
Wow. Dude, the time's flying, dude. Even like the episode today went by really fast. The hour and 5 minutes we've been on so far is like,
hey,
time flies and having fun, man.
We got to talk. We are grateful, Grammy. We'll get the sweatshirt to you. Don't worry. We'll wrap it up there for today, though. I want to thank everybody. We had a lot of comments. You guys drive this show. Do us a favor. We all run in different circles, okay? Share this.
Yes.
If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, if you're not watching on YouTube, go on YouTube, share it.
That's right.
If you're watching on Facebook, share it on Facebook. Get the word out there.
Go crazy. Just get wild. Shake a tail feather out there, all right?
Get silly. Shake a tail feather, girl. We'll wrap it up there for today. Thank you guys again. We'll see you next week. We'll be bringing a guest on, whether it's going to be a redheaded brethren like myself and that man over there.
Yeah, this is blonde. It's beautiful blonde locks.
It looks so.
With and a little rusty.
Maybe. Hey, Mr. Ricky Ticky Lock. He's a busy man. Maybe we get him on eventually. Maybe. Hey, Seth's due for another visit. Maybe we get Mason on again. Maybe. By the way, our guy Devontae McClain has been putting out singles left and right. Maybe he's working on an album. Maybe we sneak him in. Maybe we start having a discussion. Hey, bro, what are you working on? What are you working on lately?
Well, that's clever. That's clever. The old make him look left when you go on ride type of deal. You know what I mean?
What are you working on lately? By the way, do you think robots are going to take over the world or what?
Got him.
We got him. Neuralink, that's a fucking bitch, huh? To us, from us, to you, as always, cheers.
Cheers.